Molly is shocked when she walks in on a shirtless Cody kissing Ava in the Quartermain stables. She goes to rush out, but he begs her to stop and says he's doing this for her. Cody puts on a shirt and claims he was never into Ava, explaining that he was paid to be with her. Molly is disgusted and calls him a gigolo, but Ava assures Molly that she is not paying Cody for sex. Cody explains that Christina was paying him to get Ava away from Rick. Cody tells Ava that he's sorry, but she says she'll deal with him later and storms out. Cody swears to Molly that this was all Christina's idea, and in the end, he got Rick away from Ava, which is what she wanted. Molly tells him not to do her any more favors and walks out. Rick shows up at Alexis's place to discuss business with her, but she's out. Christina says his business is really with her, as she knows that he's blackmailing her mother over the mistake she made by cutting his brake lines. Rick lashes out at her, saying it wasn't a simple mistake. It was attempted murder, and prison is where she should be. Christina knows what she did was wrong, and she snapped after dealing with so much trauma over the past year. Rick reminds her that Molly lost a child and a sister too. Rick screams at Christina and berates her. She turns her back on him and grabs the letter opener sitting on the desk and clutches it in anger. Christina places it back down and tells Rick that all he does is pit her and Molly against one another, and she knows Molly would be crushed if she not only knew she accidentally almost killed him, but that he's blackmailing their mother. That's when Ava appears and tells Rick they've both been played by Christina, who has been working to turn them against one another. As Ava and Christina argue, Rick tells them both that the blackmail game is over. Alexis meets Drew at the Port Charles Grill. She is hoping they can find a path forward to support Scout. A woman arrives and serves Alexis with papers. She is stunned to learn the congressman has issued a restraining order against her. Drew says Danny, Rocco, Christina, and Molly are all being served as well. He knows she was going to try to get custody of Scout and take his daughter from him. Across the room, Martin and Laura have dinner, and he admits he's made an enemy of Drew. He fills her in on Drew having Stella charged with insurance fraud, all because he hates Curtis. Laura feels sorry for Scout being stuck with that man. Martina fills his sister in that he and Drew have parted ways. She's proud of him, but he fears he's going to have to keep freeloading at her place a little longer. Martin notices the drama unfolding between Alexis and Drew across the room. He tells his sister she has to beat Ezra in this election, as if not, Drew's power will go unchecked. Drew reminds Alexis that Sam wanted Danny with him and Scout, as stated in her will. Alexis says that was before she knew Jason was alive. As Drew lashes out that Danny is just like his thug of a father, Alexis yells at him to shut up, as she will not let him hang his despicable actions on a 15-year-old who misses his sister. Molly turns up to see her mother. Alexis and Drew lash out at one another, and Drew promises Scout will never see Alexis again until she's 18, if the girl even remembers her by then. Alexis warns Drew that when she's through with him, it will be like he never existed. She tells him that if Scout does ask about him, she'll tell her he was a good man, but he won't be around to prove her wrong. At the hospital, Lucas tells Maxie's loved ones that she's in a coma, and this is not the best place for her any longer. Lucas says his former hospital in Boston, Mass General, is on the cutting edge of treating coma patients, and he's arranged for Maxie to be moved there. Spinelli begs Mac and Felicia not to send Maxie away. Felicia asks if Lucas trusts the doctors there and if Maxie will get the best care. Lucas says she won't be taken better care of anywhere than at Mass General. At Maxie's, Brooke Lynn tells Lulu that Felicia called, and Lucas is taking Maxie to a special hospital in Boston. She wants them to bring the kids to say goodbye. Lulu then calls Cody, who just got walked out on by Molly, and tells him that he needs to get to GH, as Maxie and his family need him. Back at the hospital, Spinelli sits with Maxie and tells her how much having a second chance with her and the kids has been the best time of his life, and he needs her to fight to wake up and come home. Lulu, Brooke Lynn, the kids, and Cody arrive. Spinelli takes Georgie in to see her mother, as Cody comforts James. Next, Lulu and Brooke Lynn ask Lucas if they can see her, and he says they can as long as they don't fight. They promise. The women go in to see Maxie together. Brooklyn tells their friend she did it. They are here together, with Lulu adding that only she could make this happen. They tell her to get better and not to worry. They'll help take care of the kids and Spinelli. When it comes to James' turn to see his mom, the boy is clearly uneasy. Cody suggests they go together, claiming he's a little scared to see her. Mac accompanies them in. Mac tells Maxie that he knows she'll beat this and that he loves her. He gives her a kiss on her forehead. James remembers when his mom gave him his dad's police badge to help him recover after he broke his arm. Now, he is giving it to her to help her. He tells her that he loves her. Britt turns up at Jason's room at the Five Poppies. She tells him that he needs to leave, but he wants to know what she's doing here. Britt calls him out for flirting with that piece of your trash, Greta. Jason explains he was only working Greta, who clearly wanted info on him, and he already told her the WSB is interested in this location. He begs Britt to leave with him, promising to take her anywhere she wants. She cries that she can't stand to look at him, as it hurts and reminds her of home. She tells him to leave and forget her. He refuses, and they come close to one another, close enough to kiss. Lucas has Maxie prepared to be taken to Boston. Felicia tells her daughter that she knows she will see her awake and alert soon. Everyone is in tears. In Croatia, Jason tells Britt that he'll leave on one condition and puts a burner phone into her hand. He says if she needs him, call him, and he'll show up. She suggests he not tell Carly that and walks out in tears. At the restaurant, Molly tells her mother she should step out and get air. Alexis tells Drew this isn't over, but he insists it is. Martin tells Laura that Alexis should have been more discreet, as it's unwise to threaten Drew where others can overhear. Laura says she didn't hear anything, and Martin laughs that he didn't either. Molly tells Drew that Sam would hate him for doing this, and one day, Scout will hate him too. He refuses to hear this and walks out. At Alexis's place, Rick tells Ava this couldn't go on forever, not with her spending habits. He reveals that all the accounts are not only locked, but empty, including the one she was secretly funneling money into. Ava demands Rick get her money back, but he says he bought $10 million in treasury bonds with it that he can't touch. In 30 days, he'll collect the clean and laundered money, and it will all go into his account. Ava seethes at his betrayal, grabs a marble decorative globe, and whacks Rick over the head. He goes down, and Christina is stunned. Ava holds the globe, which is covered in Rick's blood. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, August 26th reveal that Ava Jerome will deliver a threat after all the Rick Lansing horror, while Jack Brennan faces a fatal warning. Anna Devane will also have a meltdown as she tries to protect Jocelyn Jacks. So here's what viewers can look forward to. First, Lucy Coe will open up to Gen Z Sidwell, who'll assure her that they're going to come up with a solution. Sidwell may offer some support regarding Maxie Jones' coma and the work she's leaving behind at Deception. Unfortunately, Sidwell could also be keeping a huge secret if he's behind Maxie's medical ordeal. There's a good chance Sidwell arranged for Maxie to be poisoned, so that disturbing news could come out down the road. In the meantime, Brennan will get fierce as he delivers a fatal warning. It looks like Colette Moreau will be on the receiving end as Brennan gets all serious and menacing. If I ever have to tell you again, it'll be the last thing you hear, Brennan warns in Tuesday's GH preview video. Brennan may not know Colette spilled the beans to Pascal about the WSB infiltration, but he'll clearly be bothered by her disregard for his authority. Colette will be on thin ice and could pay a steep price if Brennan finds out the depth of her WSB betrayal. Later, Anna Devane will push Brennan to abort the op and bring Jocelyn home, but he'll be torn over whether that's the right call. However, Brennan doesn't realize things have already spiraled out of control at the Five Poppies Resort, where Jocelyn and Vaughn are now being held hostage somewhere on the property. Next, Cody Bell will confide in Dante Falconeri, who'll hear about Christina Corinthos Davis paying Cody to seduce Ava away from Rick. When Dante wonders what Molly Lansing Davis has to do with any of this, Cody may admit he has real feelings for her and may have blown it for good now that she knows the whole story. Molly may give Michael Corinthos updates on the Cody and Ava drama as well, but she'll be more concerned about Alexis Davis on Tuesday's show. Since Alexis just publicly threatened Drew Kane over the restraining order, Molly will be afraid her mom just made a big mistake. At Alexis's place, Ava just whacked Rick in the head and left him with a bloody gash. Christina watched in shock and will be even more unsettled once Ava dishes out a threat. "If I go down, she goes down," Ava warns in Tuesday's preview clip. It appears Alexis will walk in on the chaos and face Ava's threat about taking Christina down for the car crash. Of course, Alexis could go down for embezzlement as well if Ava reveals that too. Regardless, Ava may make it clear that they're all going to pay if she lands in prison. If Rick is deceased following that blow to the head, a stunning cover-up could be on the way. General Hospital spoilers say some surprises are still in store, so don't miss all the action. General Hospital spoilers suggest that Ryan Pavey could make a splashing return to canvas as the body Danny Morgan discovers in the water this week. The ABC soap recently released its preview video, and there's a clip that shows Danny and Rocco Falconeri at the docks, when Danny questions if there's a body floating in the water. Before this scene, Ava Jerome is shown knocking Rick Lansing out with a solid silver ball home decor item, so the show is somewhat implying that Rick could be a goner by the time the week of August 25th to 29 is through. With that said, seasoned GH fans know there's nothing the daytime drama loves to do more than swerve viewers with these promos, so it's time to take a deeper dive into what could be at play here. First off, whether Rick meets his demise or not, there's still a chance that the body Danny sees is not Rick, but someone else. While Rick is dastardly, he's still quite entertaining on screen and a vital part of the show, so his days may not be numbered. It's also important for GH viewers to remember that just because Danny sees a body floating in the water, it does not mean the person is not alive. The body could be a person trying to swim to safety or simply unconscious. Pavey is slated to return to storylines sometime in September, so the timing seems right for a wild comeback. If Danny and Rocco make the body discovery near the end of this week, it could take until the following week for whoever is floating around near the docks to show their face. As the following week takes us into September, there's a good possibility that Pavey's character is the one floating around the docks, so there's potential for the boys to help rescue him and reel him onto dry land. While neither the actor nor the soap has confirmed the role Pavey will be playing, even if he's reprising the Nathan West role, there's no way Rocco or Danny would remember his face, which would add to the intrigue. General Hospital spoilers imply that Pavey's return to the daytime drama is huge, which would require an explosive debut, pulling out a body from the water at the docks only for fans to realize who he is would certainly capture everyone's attention. There will be a turning point in Justine's relationship with Sonny. Nazneen Contractor turned up in Port Charles as Assistant District Attorney Justine Turner. She's been involved in many of the developing storylines and has embarked on a romance with Sonny Corinthos. The actress never imagined herself landing a gig on General Hospital, of all soap operas. Contractor has been part of some heavy storylines involving Maurice Benard, who plays Sonny Corinthos. The two will end up on opposing sides, which will test their relationship. In an interview with TV Insider, Contractor revealed what it's like to play with the soap vet. "Working with Maurice is great. He is very present, and I don't really know what he's going to do, so it forces me to be extremely open and very in the moment. I love that, and they certainly seem to be tying our storylines together." GH fans can look forward to a cat and mouse aspect in their relationship. Justine isn't going to back down with Sonny. Of course, that will make things complicated with feelings involved. I like the fact that Justine is determined to take him down, but obviously, in that process, she's seeing a different side of him. It's fun for Justine to discover that he's not entirely what he appears to be to her, and how she navigates the responsibility of doing her job while seeing this other side of him. Meanwhile, Contractor gets to act alongside her husband, Carlo Rota, who plays Sidwell. It hasn't been awkward for them. In fact, Contractor loves working with her hubby. The two are used to it since they met on Relic Hunter in 2001. But this has been very special because we are working locally, which is so wonderful. We can go to work and come home to our home, our kids, and our family, contractor said. The best part of working together is that they can just be husband and wife together. Most married couples would shy away from working together and living together, but not these actors. Elsewhere in the interview, contractor admitted she would like to share even more screen time with her hubby. I really hope that the writers write more Sidwell Turner stuff, because I think there's actually a really good connection there. However, this would pose a problem in their household. The only thing we have to figure out when we work together is childcare. That's the only drawback of when we're both working at the same time, contractor explained. Alexis won't let Drew get away with his latest stunt. Just when you think Drew can't do anything worse than what he's already done, he proves everyone wrong. In the Monday, August 25th episode of General Hospital, the congressman moves forward with keeping everyone Scout loves away from her. And he thinks by sending out restraining orders, he's doing what's best for his daughter. From GH's weekly video preview, we already know that Stella is about to be arrested for insurance fraud. Drew put that in motion. Well, he's a busy guy because Martin just quit. Yet the politician already has somebody else on retainer because his next plan of action is to further isolate Scout. He arranged to meet with Alexis, who tried to be as polite as she could. She wanted peace, and she wanted everybody to think about Scout's welfare. But you see, somehow, somewhere, some way, Drew got it into his head that he is the only one who has Scout's best interests at heart. Even though she's constantly left to her own devices at home, we barely ever see Scout out and about with Dad. And after Danny took his sister home from camp without notifying anyone he was doing so, Drew now wants to prevent Scout from being with anybody from her family. Right there in the middle of the restaurant, Drew served Alexis with a restraining order. She isn't allowed within 500 feet of her granddaughter. Several others, including Christina, Molly, Danny, and even Rocco, are also receiving restraining orders. Drew is preventing Scout from seeing her brothers. Alexis went off on Drew, and she tried to keep it civil. She really did. But it was difficult in the face of such smugness. The Cassadine side of her flared, and she told him she would fight him. Laura and Martin were there to witness, although they are already pretending they didn't hear a thing. GH has to finally be setting up a big mystery. Somebody in Port Charles could be ready to get their revenge on Drew. On soaps, you can't do what Drew has done and not get some sort of comeuppance, whether it sends him to a hospital or to his grave. Drew has developed into Port Charles's public enemy number one. And all of this Drew-Alexis madness happened in the same episode that Rick, Ava, and Christina had their own more private showdown. The Monday episode of GH was intense. We don't know what state Rick is in, and by the end of the week, who knows what state Drew will be in. After all, the weekly video preview does allude to a body in the water. Are Michael and Molly headed for romance? Is General Hospital testing a Molly and Michael relationship? This may be too close for comfort, or they could be the couple we never would have thought of. Molly had a sudden epiphany. She has feelings for Cody. As she rushed out of Bobby's to inform him, she bumped into Michael. Suddenly, she spilled her guts to her sister's brother. Michael was kind, understanding, helpful, and somewhat amused by Molly's admission. He gave her great advice, but unfortunately for Molly, when she ran to profess her feelings to Cody, she discovered him shirtless and making out with Ava. That could be the end of a chance at romance between them, and may even change the plot of her novel. Who might she run to after being hurt by Cody? Michael could be the guy. He has been hurt by Willow and could offer support and understanding. Bonding may bring them closer together, and before we know it, they could be the hottest couple in Port Charles. They might even make sense together. They are both intelligent and kind people who need someone they could depend on. It could be a perfect fit. Molly and Michael are both great, but should not be put together. It's just too weird because they are almost related. Yes, most people in Port Charles are somehow distantly related to each other. It seems to be a very small town, but these two have many close connections. They share Christina as a sister. Alexis is mom to both Molly and Christina, while Michael and Christina share Sonny as a father. The other close connection is that Rick is Molly's dad and Michael's uncle. The caveat is that Michael was adopted, so there is no blood relation between him and Christina. Does that make it less icky for them to get together? Maybe, maybe not. Molly and Michael may not couple up at all. They may have just had a conversation. Time will tell. Do you think they would make a good couple? Let us know in the comments section. On Sunday night, Maurice Bernard from General Hospital posted a rare solo episode of his YouTube podcast, State of Mind. The ABC star opened the video by calling it a solo state of mind and said he hadn't prepared a script as he usually does. Additionally, he talked about taking his project to the streets. The actor, who has been touring, shared his thoughts on the experience. He mentioned the joy of performing and the pride he felt when his son joined him on stage to sing. Bernard said that to see a father see his son singing music that he wrote, produced, you can't beat that. During the shows, he connected with fans and was overwhelmed by how many people are suffering. There is so much mental health in this country, in the world. It is unbelievable how many people are suffering, living with mental illness, he said. He added that fans often approach him to share their stories, saying, "My brother committed suicide. My mother's bipolar. I have anxiety, and it's just never ending." Maurice Bernard also announced a new project for his podcast. "I'm going to do State of Mind on the streets, and I'm going to interview homeless people." He hopes to share their stories in the coming weeks. The real-life Sonny Corinthos ended the podcast by describing his gratitude for his audience. Bernard noted that the show has been a godsend, and that the key to its success is the connection that the audience has with me and with the guests. He thanked his fans, saying he truly could not do it without you. It seems that after decades as an actor, Maurice Bernard has found his life's calling. Many people took to the comments section to shout out the GH star. One of them wrote, "Mr. Bernard eliminates people left and right on GH, but he supports, encourages, and uplifts them here in real life. And we are very fortunate to have a show like this." General Hospital star Maura West, known for the role of Ava Jerome, seems to be fairly quiet about her private life. However, when she does share on social media, she often posts photos of herself out and about with her pup, Foxy. This weekend, a stunning photo showed her enjoying the dog days of summer. On the weekend, GH fans saw that once again, Maura West, who also shares pictures of her cats, posted about her pup. It's not exactly clear how many pups she has, but people assume that the one in the photo is Foxy. Foxy is often shown in her posts, and she first started sharing about the rescued furry friend in August 2023. At the time, she talked about puppy heaven. The dog clearly enjoyed this week's outing into the drylands and wilderness trails. In her Instagram caption, the ABC star wrote, "Dog days." Well, apart from that, viewers fell in love with the stunning photo. The late evening sky glowed beautifully, and high clouds reflected golden yellow. Meanwhile, the pup smiled a huge doggy smile. In the past, some fans worried about her in a previous post. However, she assured a concerned fan that she does carry something to safeguard them on their adventures. It was a follower who applied the adage about the dog days of summer to the photo that Maura shared. They wrote in the comments section, "Yes! August is always dog days of summer. Come on, fall." Actually, the phrase has an ancient history, originating with the Latin saying dies canicularis. It refers to the celestial conditions in the sky as the last of the summer heat starts to fade. Others talked about the stunning photo. And of course, the smiley-faced pup. Here are some of those reactions. Back in early August, Maura shared a cryptic post on her stories that made some folks think she might have lost her father. Although she never seemed to confirm it, the post did coincide with an obituary. If that is the case, then possibly a quiet walk in the wilderness with a loving furry friend might be just what the ABC star needs right now. Did you love the photo of the beautiful scenery and the smiling pup? Shout out in the comments below, and come back here often for all your General Hospital cast news and updates. There's new life on General Hospital of late, as Dr. Liesl Obrecht has made her way back to Port Charles, making us laugh in her own unique way as Liesl makes new friends and enemies throughout town. Her arrival came just in time for a big moment in the character's history. On August 24, 2025, Gotti marked 13 years as the mad scientist, doctor turned GH chief of staff turned doting Oma. 13 years ago today, my very first episode of General Hospital aired, nearly 550 episodes since, Gotti tweeted, along with a picture of Liesl in her Metro Court pool best. While Liesl wasn't always a sight for fans' sore eyes, Gotti's portrayal of the character has endeared her to the audience. As Liesl recently informed Carly, she is now reformed, and Carly had no reason to try to kick her out of her room at the Metro Court. Indeed, Liesl has come a long way over the past 13 years. She wasn't even slated to become a full-fledged character. But Gotti made that August 2012 appearance so memorable that GH kept asking her back for more. GH fans first saw Dr. O when she helped Cesar Faison keep Robin Scorpio hostage, leaving Robin's loved ones thinking she was dead. She and Cesar both terrorized Port Charles and Anna for a while, before the reveal that Liesl was also Dr. Britt Westbourne's mother. Eventually, Liesl managed to snag the chief of staff position at GH, something she practically stole from Dr. Monica Quartermain. Liesl's also been in and out of Port Charles multiple times over the last 13 years, usually for jail stints. When Liesl became popular, GH gave her more family. We learned that top cop Nathan West was really Liesl's son, whom she gave to her sister Madeline to raise. That made Nina her niece and Nathan's son James her grandson. Who can ever forget when she escaped a prison transport only to find Nell in labor in the middle of the woods? Yes, it was Liesl who delivered Wiley when she told Nell to lift her skinny legs and push. Little did she know that Nell was her great-niece via Nina. Liesl's softer side came out as the doting mother, grandmother, and aunt, but she still has that manipulative streak that will never leave. We can't wait to see what trouble Dr. O stirs up with Britt once she learns her precious Britta is alive. Can hate turn to love for these two? Tracy and Martin absolutely hate each other on General Hospital. However, fans hope that this hate turns to love, the sooner the better. Luke was the love of Tracy's life, and they made a fantastic couple. He has been gone for a while now, and fans believe it is time for the Q matriarch to find love again. She and Martin hate each other, but isn't that how she began with Luke all those years ago? Tracy is not easy. She is cranky, grouchy, entitled, bossy, and always thinks she's right. That is how she wants the world to see her. But she is also kind and generous, and will do anything for those she loves. Her tough exterior hides her soft inside. Martin can go at it with Tracy and give as good as he gets. These two are constantly trying to one-up each other, which is sometimes hilarious. Is their hatred masking something else? Everyone enjoys a love-hate relationship, especially on a soap. Fans think it is time to trade Tracy and Martin's animosity for attraction. These two may be perfect for each other, even if they can't see it yet. Laura's brother has not yet seen the kinder side of his nemesis, but that might change. They have been at each other's throats lately because Marty was representing Drew. That has finally come to an end because of his loyalty to Stella, who is Tracy's good friend. Now Tracy and Marty find themselves on the same team, and it would help their friend if they worked together. They need to combine forces to save Stella and fight the evil Drew. If that happens, they will finally see the good in each other. Don't get us wrong, we love to see Tracy and Martin bicker, but it would be all the better if it comes out of love instead of hate. Would you like to see them as a couple? Let us know in the comments section. The Britch is back, but is Britt? When Kelly Thiebaud's return to General Hospital was revealed, there was hope that Britt and Jason would have an epic reunion. However, Britt is still holding on to the anger she had when Jason chose Carly. There wasn't a romantic reunion between them, and it may take a while to even come to that at this pace. While appearing on ABC 11's General Hospital Spotlight, Thiebaud opened up about what it was like to return to the GH set. She shot some of her first scenes with Steve Burton and felt insecure about stepping back into the daytime world after being away. Thiebaud also discussed that she felt fortunate that the reunion between Britt and Jason happened quickly. It didn't drag on. However, she also would have liked it to have been just a bit more into filming. It would have allowed her to be more adjusted and back into the swing of things. If Thibaut has anything to say about it, she is ready to expand on the J-Brit storyline. She very clearly enjoys working with Burton, and it seems he feels the same, as he advocated for her return. His wife is also a fan of the two paired on GH, which is quite a compliment. The storyline between Jason and Britt is just getting started. Thibaut hopes the pair gets good writing. Expanding their story and diving into their relationship would be a treat. She also addressed the anger GH viewers saw during their initial conversation. Britt is devastated that she mourned Jason, who was alive and being used by the FBI. He chose to be an informant because of Carly, and she is already a sore spot in their history. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you!